Differences between an employer and an employee, or between a supervisor and those being supervised, are an inevitable byproduct of the day-to-day activities in both the public and private sectors. They are no different than those that occur in other real-life situations. Many disagreements can be resolved informally, or they may evolve into a formal grievance. When the concerned employee is represented by a union, the disagreements are handled in accordance with the grievance procedure contained in the collective bargaining agreement, which is usually the exclusive procedure. Clearly, the grievance is a complaint, but not all complaints are grievances. Whether or not a complaint is, in fact, a valid grievance within the meaning of the collective bargaining agreement depends on a variety of factors, including how a grievance is defined. In the following scenes or episodes, you will see a series of occurrences in the public sector workplace. There is no doubt they reflect differences between a supervisor and an employee, or other differences. Whether or not they represent valid grievances is for you to decide in terms of materials provided by the instructor.
Hey.
Hey, Cap, how was the vacation?
Not too bad, not too bad. You guys been behaving yourself?
Yeah.
What is that?
Hey, Captain, you made it back.
Yeah.
What's what? Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, I mean that. This is not supposed to be some kind of joke. I want you to know I'm not laughing.
Oh, come on, Captain. Look, it took me nearly a whole vacation to grow this thing. Even my wife likes
Well,
it.
as far as I know, your wife's not running this station. I am. Now cut that thing off.
Oh, come on, Captain. Look, what do you got against beards?
You want me to make a list of them? All right. For one, that damn thing could make us look like a laughing stock out there. Now, nobody in my station is going to ride around with that damn fuzz on his face. For another thing, you wear that in some neighborhoods, you can get a brick thrown through your skull.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Captain, you haven't been away that long, have you? Everybody's wearing long hair. And
I know all about the long hair. I know about the mustaches. Now, listen, I have not been too hard on you guys. But when you run around here looking like hippies, that's where I draw the line.
Even the goddamn mayor has a beard.
All right, and the goddamn mayor is not riding on my trucks. Now, what's the matter with you? Listen, this job is dangerous enough as it is without you asking for trouble. How are you going to get that thing under a smoke mask? Now, you don't think that's a safety violation?
Look, for your information, I've already worn a smoke mask. It fits fine. I keep it trimmed.
All right. Now, what about a fire, huh? Now, that just happens to be our business. Now, that thing could flare up like hell. And the water, that thing could get wet and it could freeze.
It so happens that it helps. Protects from the wind.
All right, now cut the shit, Carl. Now, that thing is a violation of the dress code. Now, you cut it off, or I'm going to cite you for inappropriate dress, and then you can appear in front of the fire commission.
Look, I got as much right as anybody else. I'll be goddamned if I'll shave it off.
Hey, you see this? The captain has Malone signed up for my car. Does he think I'm going on a night patrol with a woman?
Hey, lover, you're the thing.
No. Now, goddamn it, Frank. No, I'm not hauling a woman around. Not at night. Not when I need all the goddamn help I can get. Has he lost his mind?
From that look on your face, I see you got the word. Come on, Harry. It won't be that bad.
No. Now, look, Captain, you know I've always supported women on the police force. It isn't that, but put them where they can handle it. In the cars, in the school districts, in the daytime.
Look, this is not the place to discuss it. Let's go back to my...
I want to discuss it right here and right now.
Okay, Harry. This is an assignment. There's a lot of pressure on me to put women into all the jobs. You've got to admit they know how to handle themselves. They've had the same training you had. And I picked you for this because you're one of my best men. Harry, I damn well mean this.
Well, I mean it too, Captain. Okay. So she can handle the gun in judo. But if I get involved in a tangle, I want to be sure there's some damn muscle beside me. I say fine. If it's in the daytime, in the wide open space.
But, Harry!
But not at night where I travel. You know my territory, Captain. It's Hell's Kitchen. You worked that once yourself. I say sure. Let them be policemen like the rest of us. But there are places where they don't belong. The answer is no.
This is an order, Harry, and I'm not just...
Look, Captain, maybe you got problems, but don't get me involved in that. I got problems of my own. What in the hell is my wife going to say when she hears I'm driving around at night with Malone? Oh, come on, Captain. I got a wife and kids at home. This job is dangerous enough without asking for problems. Put Malone on daytime patrol where she belongs. Otherwise, get yourself another guy.
Okay, Harry. You know the rule book as well as I do. You refuse to obey an order. You don't ride for me anymore. You walk. Harry, I'm ordering you back to your old patrol beat.
Well, God damn it. He can't stick me with that. This is one for the association.
Good to see you, Arthur.
Oh, hi, Harriet.
It's been a long summer.
It certainly has, but maybe not long enough. Do you know what was waiting for me when I got back? This.
That's your teaching assignment.
You're damned right it is. They think they're shifting me to John Eaton. I spent half my summer preparing for classes. I took that course I'll need for the seminars, and now this.
John Eaton. That school, it's not a question of seminars, it's a question of survival.
I know that, but I am not about to throw all that preparation down the drain.
The school board says it's following the courts. You know, equalized spending. That means they're going to have to transfer a lot of higher-paid teachers to the worst schools. The school board...
I don't care what the school board says. I didn't spend half my life working and studying to be stuck off in some jungle. With my experience, I should be able to pick my spots and not be stuck with the lousiest job. I have seniority.
Sounds like one for the steward.
Jim, you're just the fellow I want to see. Do you know what they did?
Yeah, I overheard part of it. Did it come out of the blue?
Arthur got a reassignment letter.
Now, wait a minute. They can't shift Arthur like this. It's a violation of our union contract. He's an experienced teacher with seniority. You didn't ask for this post, did you, Arthur?
Oh, you know better than that. After all this time, I have just the classes I want. You know I earned them.
Sure, I know it. The school board knows it, too. But you see what's behind this thing. I mean, the courts say put more money into the poor school districts.
So they take the highest paid teachers and put them there and think they've solved the problem. Well, I am not going to be a guinea pig for their budget problems nor their political problems.
Neither is the union. We've got an agreement. If seniority rights don't mean anything, we've got real trouble. This is one we've got to go with. What do you say, Arthur? I mean, this is not just your fight. This is a union fight.
Charlie Peters to the office. Charlie Peters to the office.
Charlie Peters to the office. Charlie Peters to the office.
Did you summon, sire? I like hearing my name echoing through these portals. What gives, Joe?
Charlie, where were you yesterday?
You know, I was homesick. I called in. What's wrong?
Okay, so what were you doing down in Martin's Hardware, wandering around? Yeah, Pete, the foreman over in Section B, said he saw you yesterday afternoon. You know, we've got rules against that kind of thing.
Oh, Christ, Joe. Do I have to be hauled around on a stretcher just because I'm homesick? You know, I got troubles.
You got troubles. What about my troubles trying to get somebody to work on those trucks? Christ, this is the third Monday in a row that you've been out.
My back, Joe. The damn thing gives me fits after lying around for a long weekend. After watching all those football games on TV, the thing becomes stiff as a board. By Monday,
I know all about your back, and I know you got a doctor's certificate, too. What I'm talking about is you're goofing off when you're supposed to be sick. You know, you've been warned before.
Look, I could barely get out of bed yesterday morning. I couldn't have bent over those engines.
Now, by afternoon...
I know. By afternoon, you're feeling just great, so you go down and wander around the hardware store. Meantime, I'm trying to get those goddamn trucks on the street.
Now, look, it always feels better after I've been up for a while, but it was too late to do much good here, so I took a little walk, and I happened to go down to the store.
Look, Charlie, I can't run a shop if one guy doesn't carry his weight. I mean, the other guys notice what you're doing, and, well, hell, if they see you get away with it, well, they'll try the same thing.
Oh, but Joe...
Oh, no, you've been warned before. This time I'm putting in a written reprimand in your file.
Hey, you can't do that. I was homesick. We got a contract.
Hold on a minute, Steve. Okay, Jones, sit down. I'll be with you in a minute. Listen, Steve, I promise you we'll have it by the morning, okay? Yeah. Okay, guy. I'll see you.
Well, it must be pretty important to be called into my supervisor's office. I've still got 7 pieces of property to check out.
You're damn right it's important. Anytime I get a call like the one I had a while ago from Archibald, we get problems.
I knew he'd gripe.
He's got a legitimate complaint. You know who he is? He's just head of the Taxpayers Association, that's all. What the hell are you wearing that thing for?
What am I wearing it for? You know what it means. It means more money in our paychecks.
That's no excuse for parading it in front of a taxpayer, especially that guy Archibald. That damn association's on our neck all the time about taxes. Then you had to rile him up.
Now, come off it. So what if he's against it? I happen to be for it, and I'm not the only one. Our union's for it. So why can't I wear it if I want to?
I'll tell you why. Because this is the hottest issue in town. The mayor has just come out against CB1. The Taxpayers Association is opposed to it, and they're not the only ones. Then you come along.
Look, what's so bad about wearing this button? So it says support CB1. Our guys wear all kinds of buttons. Smile buttons, football buttons. Half of them wear the American flag.
That's different. There's nothing to complain about there.
Then what about the time the city decided to build a stadium? I know a lot of people who didn't favor that. This department had everybody and his cousin supporting that one. Bumper stickers, buttons, and I don't remember you complaining about that.
But that was different. The mayor was for it, and so was the city council. But this tax issue has everybody split down the middle. There's a hassle, and we got to stay out of it. So, off with the button.
So, nothing. I'm a citizen. I've got rights like everybody else. It happens to be important to me and my family.
Well, it happens to be important to this department, and to the mayor, too, how well we get on with the public. Look, Jimmy, the council will soon be voting on this. It's just a matter of a few days. Why don't you be reasonable?
Me? Why don't you be reasonable? This button goes where I go.
Okay, if that's the way you want it. As long as you wear that button, you stay home until this issue has been voted on. You take this attitude, you'll have to take the consequences. I'm also writing a strong letter of reprimand. It'll go into your personnel file and stay there.
Look, I've got a legitimate right to wear this. You guys are always trying to keep us quiet. Just because I'm willing to speak out, you pick on me. I'm not standing still for this. I'm going to talk to the steward.
Get manual for me, will you? Oh, there you are. You know what this is about, I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't expect you in, Mr. Barnes. Isn't this the time of your regular weekly meeting downtown?
It so happens the meeting was canceled. So I come back, and what do I find? You in my parking space again. Now, how many times do I have to tell
I'm
you...
not trying to take your parking space. I was only going to be in the office for a few minutes. I've got another appointment. Yeah, besides, it's raining.
I know it's raining. What's that got to do with it? You have your own parking space, and I've warned you to stay out of mine.
Yeah, but you weren't going to be here, and I was going to be gone before you got back. Yeah, I've seen her car in your space lots of times.
Well, that's because it's next to the building. I've told my secretary when it's dark and I'm not around, she's free to use my space. I repeat, my space.
Yeah, but I was leaving.
Look, what's wrong with your space anyway? It's not that far away. Now, you were given that space because you were in and out of the building making client calls, and because you were driving in a carpool. And by the way, I've seen you drive up alone recently. How come?
Yeah, I lost my riders, but I expect to get some more soon.
Now, look, you'd never been given that space if it hadn't been for carpool. You know that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people park there without carpools. Why are you picking on me?
Look, I'm not picking on you. I'm talking about rules. And you've been breaking them right along. Now, apparently my warnings don't mean anything.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to be there very long.
You've gone too far. I'm withdrawing your parking authorization. Now, from now on, you'll use our outside lots. Maybe this walk will do you good.
I wasn't doing anything different than anyone else. You're just mad because you got wet. You have no right to take away my parking space.
I don't believe this, Francis. I didn't get the job in the finance department.
Oh, let's see. Grace got it. That's right, she's in that department. Wasn't it about a year ago when she shifted over?
That shift wasn't a promotion. This job is a promotion, and I have more experience. Now, isn't seniority one of your union rules? You're the steward.
Well, sure, we go by seniority, but if Grace was selected,
Okay, maybe she is in the same department. I heard Mr. Jones likes her, and she's worked for him before. But I still have more seniority. It's a promotion, and I want it.
What is this, for union uprising? Away you too late.
Oh, Marge, I didn't get that job.
I told you you couldn't jump into that department. I'll tell you this, Mr. Jones doesn't make the selection. Regardless of what you've heard, we go by the rules.
And I know what the rules say.
Yeah, but I know what management will say. Nobody ever got promoted from this department directly to finance. You know, she's right. We've never had this problem before.
But I can handle that job. You know that. I have more experience, much more.
You don't have to argue with me.
Okay, maybe it's not in my department. I don't care if nobody's done it in the past, right? Maybe they were afraid to ruffle some department chiefs, but I'm not.
Well, I know that.
Okay, are we ready to fight for it? Do we have a union or don't we?
In this hospital, Ward B houses the most disturbed psychiatric patients. Employees working there are specially selected. But when there is a shortage of hospital aides for Ward B, others are assigned to the ward. Today, there is a shortage.
You know, they're going to grab somebody again for that job today. But this time it is not going to be yours truly. I've been in there damn near every day for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, that place is too much. Uh-oh, here she comes.
Oh, sorry, Mike, but I need you in Ward B again. Roberts is still out, and there's nobody available to fill in.
Honey, it's all yours. I'd better get back to work.
Look, how come I get caught in the ringer again? I have been in there every lunch hour lately. Now, I told you yesterday I am fed up. No more.
Mike, this is no time to be complaining. It's just for the lunch period. Now, let's get going.
No, ma'am, not again. It is too tough a job. Now, the regular aides in Ward B get paid extra, but I never see any of it.
Well, you're only there a couple of hours. If you were there all day, it would be different.
Look, that is the worst ward there is, and it is not my job. Now, I am just an aide, and that is what I get paid for. Now, if something goes wrong in there, it's my neck, not yours. And I don't even get the pay I deserve.
That's enough. Now, nobody is picking on you. If you don't want to do the job, I'll find somebody who will.
Go ahead.
Okay. But if you refuse, you can just take the rest of the week off. You're under suspension. You can come back and see me on Monday.
Look, you can't do that. I am standing up for my rights. I'll get my shop steward.